Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, on the second day of January 2022. Again, happy, healthy, prosperous, wonderful new year to you. Very happy today. Welcome to all of you that are new to my streams. The stream we're doing, which is going to go basically till Friday, and then Saturday we'll be starting another stream, which will be another series so that there's some great content you can follow. And it's not just one night, but it's a whole string of days together. Also, happy welcome for those of you that are new, and for those of you that are coming back. Well, welcome back. It is great to have you. I'm also very grateful today, in addition to being on Facebook, John C. Morley, Serial Entrepreneur, Facebook, my profile page on LinkedIn, John C. Morley, Serial Entrepreneur on Twitch, and also we are now on Periscope. It is great to be there. Hello, Dilsad. It is great to have you with us tonight. We are doing some great things. Well, good morning to you as well. We stream a lot of different times. It's 10 p.m. here. And tonight we're talking again about how to handle difficult people. Now, I'm sure you've probably come in contact with people that are difficult. Maybe they're difficult because they want to be difficult, or maybe they're difficult because they don't know they're being difficult. Well, either way, they're being difficult and they're making your life a little bit challenging. So, first of all, I want to invite you to give us a thumbs up, a like, a support. As you know, I produce over 40 hours of free content every single week. Great channels that you definitely want to check out all over LinkedIn and on YouTube and all kinds of great stuff. It is my pleasure. Great to have you here. So when we get into this, I want you to go ahead and comment below. Have you ever had a situation where you feel like the person's being difficult? Now, we talked about one last night, but we're going to talk about another situation. And the situation I'm going to talk about tonight is the fact that a lot of times people are difficult because they have that big ego, right? I'm sure no one ever has that, but they have that ego. And the ego gets in the way. Usually what happens is people interrupt each other, unfortunately. And again, thank you so much for the thanks, bro, there, Delsad. Really appreciate that. People don't mean to be difficult, but they are. So a lot of times they interrupt others. And the reason people interrupt others is because they're nervous. They don't know what to do. And they feel like they're losing control. So the only way they can gain control is to have this apprehensive attitude, okay? And it comes off on some as being difficult. They also have that little phrase I like to say, they have to get the last word in. Person always wants to prove themselves that they're bigger, that they're better than everyone else. And they feel that if they do this, then they can just control and dominate. But I'm here to tell you that in order to get control, you need to give up control. Now, I know that sounds wacky as heck. But again, to get more control, you need to give up control. You see, when we start, and I've said this before with Dr. Dwayne Dyer, who, God rest his soul, and also Patanjali's, rest him as well, they shared with us a while back that when we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change. When we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change. When we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change. And this has inspired me, for those of you that have been wondering. Yes, my first book is finally coming out in a few months. 25 Gifts of Inspiration or to change your life and everyone else in it. If you missed that, go back to John C. Morley's Serial Entrepreneur channel, either on LinkedIn or on YouTube or where have you, and watch all those 25 days. Each day I unwrapped a special gift, and I gave you a tip of how to add this to your proverbial tool belt. Now, when we think about people being difficult, a lot of times it comes down to people like relatives, but not always. It can come down to just people in the family. And those people in the family, for whatever reason, my collar was a little bit off there, they become difficult because they don't know how to handle change. Now, it's not that change is bad or change is good. It's just that people don't like it because it's different. And because it's different, it makes people apprehensive. I'm sure that's probably happened to you or someone you know. And looks like we have our bot here who is again going to get blocked. We have reported you already, by the way, for doing that. So we're going to go ahead and put you in a block and in a timeout. We warned you that if you did come back, that we would do that to you. I'm not sure if it's you doing it, or if you're just a bot, but either way, we're making sure that you stay blocked out of all of our content, because our audience doesn't need the X-rated content that you're trying to bring into our stream here. We are family friendly, and we're here to give the truth, but we're not here to let people stomp on our content. So that would be an example of someone who's difficult. So how do you handle that? Thank you so much, Dosa. That is so kind of you to give me that kudos. I'm very, very grateful. I just want to try to help people. I wish there was someone like me when I was younger. I feel that people just they get all up in their heads, and there's lots of techniques we reveal here, but the one I want to share tonight the most is that you have to put that ego to sleep. Okay, put that ego to sleep, because when you do, you're going to not want to interrupt others. You're going to not want to be the person that dominates the conversation, or have that urge to just propel yourself forward. It's like, oh, I did this with my friends. And then all of a sudden you're rebuttaling in like, yeah, but you know what I did? I did something that was even 100 times better. Who cares? You see, I always said to people that if you have to impress upon them how good you are, well, you're not that good. All right. You want to become genuinely interested in other people. I mean, that's what it's about. And what does it mean to be genuine? It means to come from your core, to come from your heart, right? That's what it's about. Now, a lot of times people say to me, John, why do you do that? I believe that we're all here for one main reason. And that reason is to help ourselves become better versions of ourselves, and to help everyone else become better versions of themselves. That's why we're here on earth. And we do that through experiences. We do that through different life lessons we learn, right? And each lesson else propel us forward so that we can become better than who we were a few moments ago, or a few seconds ago, or a few days ago, or a few months ago, or even a year ago, right? I think the reason that people get difficult is they get worried. They get worried, are they going to lose their job? Are they going to lose clients? Are they going to lose money? Are they going to lose the fact that now they're the kingpin? And if they don't grab a hold of this and prove that they're the alpha male, then they're going to lose it. But I know a great story, and I'm not going to mention the person's name, an alpha male. And again, the whole idea of the alpha male is being the protector, and that's great. And you could be a protector without being a nasty alpha male. So this one person, I remember going to a restaurant with the person. It was just like a pizza place. And we went in there, and I'm going to call the person Mike for argument's sake. That's not his name. And we're going in there, and on the board, I should tell you, it was about 20 minutes before they're about to close. It was a nice pizza place. And they sell pizza for like $2 or $3 a slice. And they sold the premium slices, which is, let's say the penny vodka, or the other premium slices for like, I don't know, $4 or $5 a piece. And I remember him going up to the gentleman at the counter, who was a Spanish gentleman, and he said to him, he goes, what are your specials? And I'm like, Mike, the specials are right up on the board. He's like, John, I don't want those specials. I want the real specials. I'm like, what are you talking about? Just be quiet a minute. I'm like, all right. He goes up to the guy. He's like, look, I'm not paying $5 or $6 for a premium piece of pizza when you're closing in 20 minutes, and that pie didn't even cost you $2 to make. I didn't know what to say. And he starts arguing with the gentleman, And I apologized. I said, look, I said, I'm not sure what my friend's doing. I apologize. He's in finance and he always believes he has to dominate everybody. I apologize. Just whatever the pizzas are and the sodas, whatever, just let me know what it is and I'll pay for it. Just, Mike, go sit down and I'll take care of this. So he's going to sit down. And 2 minutes later, um, he had ordered two uh, premium pizzas, which would have been like $10. And I ordered two premium pieces as well. So that would have been, 5 times 4, $20 plus tax. So I said to the guy, Miguel, I said, Miguel, what do I owe you with the sodas, whatever is it? He goes, just give me $5. I said, $5. He said, yeah, just give me $5. I said, what do I owe you for the word? He just forget about it. Don't worry about it. I said, I am so sorry. I'm really embarrassed to come in here with my friend. He's never done this before. And I really apologize to you. He's like, don't worry about it, man. It's okay. And I started realizing how that person is and how that person was being very difficult. And I stepped in there, not to say someone's right or wrong. I just apologized. You see, a lot of times when people try to get in a situation, maybe it's with customer service or client services, they always try to say, hey, I understand your problem. The truth of the matter is, I always start out and say, look, I understand that you're having a challenge with our company, and I apologize for that. I'm not going to tell you that I can understand what you're going through because I don't. I know you're frustrated. I would be very grateful, okay, if you would go ahead and so again, we're not only blocking you for doing that, we're putting you in a timeout. It looks like you keep trying to do this, and again, we have reported you. I'm not going to mention your names, but again, trying to push your X-rated content into my G content is just so below the belt. So below the belt. If you keep doing that, my team and I will make sure that you're permanently banned from our channels and from the entire network because what you're doing is a disgrace. Okay. So you've been put in a timeout right now. And when we think about all these things, right? So this person was having a challenge, and I said to them, look, I know you're having a challenge. Um, I'm not going to try to tell you that I know what's going on. I know you're upset. I was just hoping that you're going to give me a minute or two to hear your side of the story. And would it be okay if I take notes? Because I want to make sure that I understand what the challenge is. And then I want to go back and resolve it or get someone to resolve it. But I can promise you one thing, sir. I'm going to own this problem to the end. I'm going to take 100% responsibility until this issue is solved. And person's like, okay. And he goes through the whole thing, takes 10 minutes, and I start documenting everything down. And when I asked him, would it be okay if I take notes because I don't want to miss any details, he was like taken back, and he was suddenly changing into this person that no one could deal with in the past because they were all trying to diffuse him. All I did was just try to hear what his side was. That's it. You see, people don't want to get angry, but they want you to hear what their side of the story is. They want you to hear what their side of the story is. That's it. And when you make a genuine effort, I'm not talking about a falsified effort. Next time you try to get to know someone, or maybe you have a situation, maybe it's a person at work, and they're giving you such a hard time. And they're telling you, if you don't do this, I'm going to go to the boss. I'm going to complain about you. I'm going to get you fired. Those are all idle threats. You can say to them, look, I understand that this means a lot to you. And I want to do everything we can. I know we haven't worked well in the past. I want to work with you. I'm not sure how, but can we try? And the person is going to do a 180 and be like, wow, how is this possible? And I think it comes down to one main thing. You know what that is? It's the fact that when you're genuine, people can tell that you're genuine. You can't lie about being genuine. And when you do that with customer service or in client services, people can tell. And you know what really helps at the end when you've solved the problem? Say, hey, Mr. Johnson, I know we spoke a few times. Not only have I figured out where the challenge is and we've got your order replaced, I'm going to go ahead and waive the shipping on this as well as the past shipment. And I'm going to give you a $50 coupon for another order. You see, that's what people want. They want to be treated like human beings. So I know in life that dealing with difficult people sounds like this thing you want to stay away from, but it's not really a bad thing. It's just that people approach it with the wrong tools, right? If you have a screw, okay, and let's say it's a hex screw, right? Would you try to unscrew a hex screw with a screwdriver? No. So if you use the wrong tools, whether that's a tool you use physically or proverbially, if you use the wrong tools, you're going to get unexpected results or bad results. So I know you're going to face people that are challenging. Don't get upset when you reach these people. We still have a few more days to give you some more of my magic about how to deal with difficult people because I know this is one that lights people on fire. It gets their dander up, it gets their ego going, and they feel like they're being challenged and they've got to defend their masculinity or whatever it is. And guys do this. Now, ladies do it too. But when you have this desire to work with the person and help them, this is what tames them down. Now, a lot of times people start out with you to be like, I'm so angry with you people. I can't believe you people are such idiots. And you go, so don't try to defend anything. Just say, look, and you can start out with the same tone the rep, but not, well, Mr. Johnson, I understand that you're having a really challenge right now. And I know you're frustrated with our company. And if you just give me a moment and allow me to hear what you have to say, I want to try to help you. You see how I did that? I took it from a higher notch. I didn't yell at them, but I took it the same tonality and the same vocal pattern and volume level. And then I gradually stepped it down. Sometimes we read chats, but it depends on where they come from. We have a lot of people blocked. I haven't seen anything from you in the chat. We will read chat if it has something that's going to help the program. I have our moderator with us as well that's also reading chats. There have been a few people we put in timeouts for putting X-rated content in the chat, but all of our chat is actually filtered by the moderator, and then he actually pushes that over to me to people that actually want to hear it. So if you have something, I think it's Viengar. If you have something that you'd like to, happy to entertain that. That is awesome. That is so great. I am very, very grateful. Well, again, we don't know that here. We've had people doing that. So what we're doing is no worries. We had a few people doing this. It's very rare. I run lots of different programs, and sometimes people do this. Sometimes it's bots doing this. So we do this because we're very concerned about not only our reputation, but making sure that our content is something people want. And so that's what we do. And I work really hard to do that and producing all kinds of stuff. I even do bring some people on my streams. Of course, we pre-vet them. And I also have many other shows. I also have a national talk show as well. That's a tech show. And I think that's something that we're not going to cover, to be very honest with you, because that's something that kind of would get across against the family stuff. What I can tell you is this. He's asking something that's kind of in the content. I would just tell you this, all right? What you have to do is find something else to channel your life into, okay? What do you like to do in life? Do you like to read a book? And I mean like regular books. Do you have a hobby? What do you like to do? Do you exercise? Do Do something else in life. And by doing that and having that outlet, you're going to find that the need to go toward these other sources of content, which is not great, you're going to lose that desire. Because when you start to see how much your life is going to change and how you're going to change everybody else's. Okay, I think you're getting off the track here. It doesn't matter what type it is, and again, I'm trying to keep this a G content. But what I want to share with you is that people do this because they're not happy with their life and because they don't have meaning and they don't have purpose. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, but I do run a very strict channel here. I'm not like the other people. I've been doing this for several years. I also have another audience that has 30,000 people that watch me. So I'm really about providing great quality content. So one thing you can do is, you could do exercises. What do you like to do in life? Maybe it's learning another language. Maybe you're going to write a book. What would you like to do in life? Okay, I can relate to this. I was actually 200, I was about 250 pounds several years ago. And so struggling with weights was something I struggled with for a long time. And, I had hired trainers, and these trainers were not helpful to me. I just kept paying them. And then they wanted me to do supplements. And I said, this isn't working. So I said, I need to be part of the solution or I'm part of the problem. And so what I did a while back was I bought some weights, just some basic weights. And then I bought some digital weights and I came up with my own routine going through YouTube and every night, in fact, tonight when I finish, I'll be doing a lower body workout. One day a week, I do an upper body workout. I do it for about an hour. The second day I do a lower body workout, and the third day I'm off. But every day I actually do, right now I'm up to 2 minutes of planks. So you have to realize that you have to love yourself first. And so what you are right now, you have to love that and have to realize that where you are right now, you got there because of the thoughts and the actions you took in the past. So if you change those thoughts, you change those actions, and you start visualizing the type of body, the type of life you'd like to have. Like, why would you want to lose weight? In my case, I hated the fact that my cell phone kept coming off when I was in my car. It was so annoying to me, even though I had this bell. And, you're going to see that when you change the attitude, you see 95%, most people don't know this, but I'm actually also, besides being an engineer, I'm also a clinical hypnosis person. And I did that for no other reason, not to be in a practice, but because I wanted to get better at setting goals. That's great. I'm actually 49. Excellent question. And I have been passionate about helping myself and helping others since I was in college. And I realized that I could do all these great things and pay people, but I was motivated to doing something. And I get what you're saying about not wanting to go outside. So you have to make yourself a small goal. Maybe it's just something. So one dare that my friend had a while back was he said, John, I bet you can't get off soda. And I said, no, I can't. We had some kind of a bet. It was a gentleman's bet. And now I've been off soda for probably over 30 years or more. I've been off fast food for probably over 35. And you're probably saying, well, gee, that can't happen to me because I'm too addicted to it. No, it's not that. It's the fact that you keep putting this verbiage, you keep putting this language into your head. And you see 95% of your body with your subconscious runs 95% of your body. Now, I'm not just talking about your heart, about your pulse, about things like that. I'm talking about things that you do every day. You see, whether you agree with the things that are in your subconscious or not, they're still going to happen. And you're probably saying to me, John, well, how the heck did they get there? I didn't put them there. All right. Well, when you were very young, you were an open sieve and you started to soak up this information. And then you started to go from there. That's what happened. And so what you have to realize is that you first have to get control of your subconscious, which is why one of the actual tracks we do. We actually do a series on subconscious. And so every week we have a series about different things. We did 25 gifts of inspiration to change your life, which was the whole series for the month of December. Then for the 26th through the just before the first, the 31st, we actually did how to set goals for 2022. And I think a lot of people get frustrated because they try something too hard. I had a trainer one time and they said, "Oh, John, just start light. Start with 8 pounds." I'm like, "What the heck's 8 pounds going to do for me?" And they didn't get it. So you have to personalize it and you have to set goals. One thing I would encourage everybody to do, and we talked about this in the goal workshop, is to write 300 things down that you want in your life. Not 300 things you believe you can get, 300 things you want in your life. Visualize. Visualize the body you want. Visualize yourself being successful. Visualize yourself stepping on the scale and seeing yourself X pounds lighter. And celebrate those things. How are you there, Eli? Nice to see you. What question can I answer? So we're talking a lot about how to handle difficult people. That's what we're talking about tonight. And a lot of times people are difficult not because they want to be difficult, because they don't know how to change and they're afraid to change. That's what it's about. That's why people get defensive. It's not because they want to take your head off. Sometimes people might say, "Oh, look, I didn't mean to do that to you," or snap at you. It's because they don't know how to respond. Okay. I think that probably comes down to probably your diet a little bit. And one thing I would tell you to do is definitely have lots of RO water versus osmosis water, or just drink water. You should be drinking at least 72 ounces of water a day. I mean, that's a really, really, really good thing. So, like I was saying before, some of the contents that we're getting through the chat, these contents are being filtered and they're not being pushed back out through our channels because the content would not be acceptable to a lot of things we do. Because we're on LinkedIn, we're on Facebook, we're on my entrepreneur Facebook page, we're on Twitter, we're on Twitch, we're on YouTube. And so to help yourself, what I would say to answer you, Eli, is to drink lots of water. Okay, that's one thing I would say to do. Drink lots of water. And the other thing that I would tell you to do is to get the water through you, but change your diet. No. These, again, you see why we filter these comments. So again, we're getting ready to wrap up here in a little while. But again, the content that this channel is about people that want to improve their lives. It's not a channel for trying to put X-rated content or content. It's not about that. It's about helping each other. All right. That's why I'm here. I've helped hundreds of people around the world. I want people that are serious about changing their life. All right. I know not everybody here wants to change their life. So for those people that are putting these things, if you really want to change your life, start with a good diet. Start with that tomorrow. Okay. But it's in how you're approaching things. So coming on here and saying that you're having some of these challenges, it's the words you're using. Because again, think about this. We're family friendly. We stream to people that are 7, 8 years old, up to people that are over 100 years old. So this is the kind of content that I deliver. And this is one of the reasons that my mediation team actually vets. I get what you're saying. I understand. But it's not the place for it. I appreciate you guys coming and listening, but it's just, we're trying to help people here. And I'm sorry for some of the challenges you guys are having. I don't think I can help you with it tonight, but I would say that you need to drink a lot of water. And I would also encourage, doing some exercises, but changing your diet. That's really the thing. Some of the people that are mentioning, again, we are filtering the chat, and this chat, again, the content in this chat would not be appropriate to be sent out. So again, we are trying to provide quality content here. and help people. So one thing you guys can do is write out your goals. Write out 300 things that you want in your life. Okay. And realize that the language that you speak, the words that come out of your mouth, is how things go. Okay. So if that's a goal of yours, again, uh, write that down. But I mean, seriously, I don't think that's your entire goal in life. All right. You have other goals in your life. That's just one part of your goal. And I'm not going to go through Maslow's activation pyramid, but there are a whole bunch of levels. And that's not the entire goal level to become successful, to become balanced in life, right? We all want to be balanced because when we're balanced, well, going back in time, and these are all good things. And what you're saying, Vignar, that's fine. If you want to do that, that's totally up to you. I'll say this to all of you right now. Everyone has the right to have what they want in life, providing that it does not defame, derogatize, discriminate anybody for any reason, race, religion, orientation. As long as you don't do that and you're not harming someone, you have the right to have whatever you want. Now, I know some of you are probably thinking this is a joke. It's not. I've been doing motivation for years, and I get so pumped and charged when I get people and I see that I'm able to help people from all around the world. We only have a few minutes left in our stream for tonight. We will be back tomorrow talking more about how to handle difficult people. So one thing I want to share with you is sometimes difficult people can be dealing with their language, right? How do you deal with somebody that keeps reverberating content that you don't want to talk about, right? I had a buddy like this in college, and he kept talking about things that were not appropriate for everyday conversation. And so what I finally had to do with him and say, look, hey, buddy, enough's enough. And then we didn't get it again. I said, look, I've asked you nicely to stop this. And he still didn't stop it. You know what I said? Brian, I know you're trying to be cool and all this, but I don't have time for this. So if this is the way you're going to continue to be, I don't want to hang around you anymore. You see, you have the right to take somebody out of your life if they're not being respectful to you. So if you get people being difficult, whether it's in their language, whether it's in their tone, whether it's being disrespectful to you, you have the right to tell them politely. And if they do not respond to you, time to say goodbye. In relationships, and we'll talk about this another night, we have tests that you can do to see if it's the lady or the man for you. And if we do these tests and you actually fail, the person fails, you have to be willing to bail. Okay. I'm trying to be helpful to you guys. I know some of you are obviously not taking this seriously, but I don't know if any of you guys are at the level that is really going to warrant this. And what you probably want to look at is UAID Max. It's EMUAID Max, EMUAID MAX. Okay. So again, I can tell a lot of people think this is a joke here, and that's fine. I get people like that. So, ladies and gentlemen, listen, it's been great being with you. I am John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. It has been a privilege, a pleasure, and an honor to be with those that appreciate the content that I provide. Again, we do want to let you know that certain content and some people on here that are continuing, my moderator has let me know that if that happens again, you will be blocked next time. So he has warned me about 3 or 4 people, and you're definitely starting to get into the line again. All the stuff is filtered here, but we do want to let you know that if this does continue, we are going to have to block you. All right. If you enjoyed tonight's content, comment below, go to my YouTube channel, make the choice to buy my team a cup of coffee. We'll be so grateful. And, I know that not everyone here is at the maturity level to appreciate that. So I can't make people be ready for this content. You have to be ready. I know there's some people in this room that probably need to grow up, and that's why we filter our content. Have yourself a wonderful evening, everyone. And I hope we get some great people tomorrow that want to improve their life. Have a great one, everyone.